everybody, it's Leah from Pea Wea Golf. I'm here with Pea Wea Penguin. Now I know it's a really rough time at the moment and there's more and more prospect of having to stay indoors and self-isolate. So me and Pea Wea Penguin thought we'd get together, show you parents a few games that you could do with your kids if you're stuck inside. It also keeps them moving and active and it gives us an opportunity to show you what Pea Wea Golf is more about. So stay watching! One of the games I use to warm up is called Pea Wea Penguin Says, and quite simply, obviously I've condensed it down just using one person. Depending on how many children you have in the house, you can set up multiple of this. Is we always want to create a starting point, so that's using this yellow hoop. So every child is always going to stand in an allocated spot, in between their goes, and then I'm using three colours today: red, yellow and blue. So before we even introduce any balls or implements to do the action, we're just going to be getting them moving and identifying some colours, which in this case are our targets. Let's run to the red, we touch the red, we run back. Pea Wea Penguin says touch the yellow, we touch the yellow, we run back. Pea Wea Penguin says touch the blue, we touch the blue, and then we run back and wait for further instruction. This game on a little bit further, so rather than just running or slightly jogging to the target, we're going to turn it into jumps towards the target. So again, making sure they start in their starting position. Pea Wea Penguin says jump to the red. Pea Wea Penguin says jump to the yellow. Pea Wea Penguin says jump to the blue. Good job. If we want to change it, we're going to add a ball element into this, okay, working up towards that golf skill. And again, I'm keeping the same colours as the cones there, okay? We've got the blue, the red and the yellow. So what I like to do is place the balls down at random, okay? And then again, getting everyone to start in their hoop. I'm then going to call out a colour. They then have to find their colour ball, go back to their hoop, and then throw the ball towards that target, okay? So quick little demonstration. For example, everyone find the red ball, they would find their red ball, back to their start point, and then throw towards their red target, and then wait for further instruction to go on to another colour. Now, this start of the session, this is where I really actively encourage the kids with the taking turns. So you only limit the amount of golf clubs and putters that you're using. So if I have a group of 6, I only have up to 3 putters being used at once, and they're working in pairs and sharing. So again, I recommend that at home. 1, it keeps the health and safety element up, and 2, it gets that learning about how to take turns for the children. So moving on, how to use one of these for the kids. Now, when they're 2, 3, you know, they haven't maybe quite decided whether they're left or right-handed yet, so you just have to kind of let them get on with it. And what I would do, and don't freak out to start with, is just let them hold it how they feel comfortable. So some children will want to hold it with 1 hand, some will want to hold it with 2, some will want to have their hands flipped around that way. And to start with, I wouldn't worry. The game is just going to be about getting the putter and getting the ball towards the target. What I like to do with this particular game, again always starting in their hoop area, in the safe area, is I get the children to identify what colour ball they're going to go for and then what colour cone they're going to go for. So in this instance, I'm going to use the yellow ball to the yellow cone, and what I would do is have the putter placed on the floor first, let the child come out and get the ball first, they're going to place it on the floor. They're then going to pick up their putter, however they feel is necessary. Could be 1, could be 2. I'm going to demonstrate with 2. Put the ball towards the target, putter back on the floor, and then you can tell the next person to go. So obviously I showed you the game using my equipment, and I appreciate not everyone's going to always have cones and bits and pieces like that lying at home, but it doesn't mean that you can't go ahead with activities. So substitutes, very simple things. You're all going to have cushions at home, and I've just popped a blanket down on the floor as our safe space, and I would assume that you probably have some balls or something, that anything you can just throw towards the target. So instead of, you know, throw to the yellow cone, it's just a case of throw a ball to the purple cushion, throw a ball to the green cushion, keeping everything nice and safe, providing targets at the same time. So there's lots of things you can do to have alternatives for some of these activities. So just to round the session off, a cool down thing is very, very simple. You get them to stand on a spot in a safe place, and we just do some light stretching so you can see how high they can stretch like a giraffe or a tree, and then how small they can get as a mouse, and holding it brace for this, okay? So we're going to be like a camel, we're going to have a massive hump, and then the camel loses his hump, sags down. And then back to the big hump. And then back down. Okay, and it's up to you how many times you want to repeat that, but just doing these simple exercises helps us stretch out and just bring everything down. So hopefully you enjoyed that. That gives you something a little bit more to do if you do go into self-isolation or the government say we're going into lockdown, but it gets the kids moving. Hopefully we've showed you more about what Pea Wea Golf's about, and we will be releasing some other games you can do at home. See you later.